Hi everyone, welcome to Office Hours Live, another live stream show directly into the Facebook group and probably out on YouTube as well, brought to you by the education team here at Zenler. So if you're watching this, you're probably interested in Zenler, you know what it is, you may be on a free trial or you've already got an account with us, which is awesome. But whatever it is, it's great that you're here and you're managing to see this. Now, this is our regular show that we stream every single week. And during the course of office hours, we tend to cover a few different things. So we might look at something that's going to be helpful educational wise, as in how do you get help, how do you find more information, that type of thing. What areas can you access? And all of our information that we put out there is free anyway. And then we'll look at quite often an area of the system itself that maybe people are not utilizing that well, or they don't know how it really works, or anything like that. And that could be a really quick look into something, or it might be a little bit of a deeper look into something. And then, of course, we'll let you know what's coming up from the education team over the course of the next week or so, or what's planned for the future. And today's going to be no different. So, if you are new to us, or if you are returning to us, or this might be the first time you've seen Office Hours, then let me know in the comments. It's great to see you here every single week. We're bringing more and more people into the Zenler Facebook group, which is brilliant. We're also bringing them into the Zenler community that we've got on the tutorial site. So if you're not yet a member of that, it's becoming really quite lively over there. So as a lot of you will probably know, we launched our own community area within the Zenler platform earlier this year, and it's just going from strength to strength to strength, and with more features being released, the latest one being able to live stream into your own communities within your Zenler platform. We're now really starting to encourage people to head on over there to have a look and get involved over there as well. So that's on the tutorial.newzenler.com site. Go over there, hit on communities, log in with your main Zenler password, login and password that you've got, email and password. So your master one, and then you'll be able to request to join. And then one of the team will let you in and you can see exactly what's going on over there. There's some really great conversations happening. Anyhow, for today, we're going to be looking at a couple of different things. So the first thing that we are going to look at, I'm just going to very quickly make sure that I pin my post here. So I like to do that while I'm live, just to make sure that if anybody is happening to be browsing around, then they can see what's going on and that we are live right here, right now. Yes, I know it's a Saturday, but yes, we do work. Oh, that's interesting. It's come up with send stars for this creator. Haha, don't you just love Facebook? It's great. It does all these really interesting things. Okay, so let me just pin this to our featured area. There we go. Cool. Okay, so the first thing we are going to look at, we're going to look at an educational area. So last week we looked at the tutorial site in some depth, had a little bit of a tour around that. You all have access to that, and it's a really great place to be. You can look at workshops we've done. You can look at the complete guide to Zenler. A lot of the information there is quite good. It's also the main hub for navigating to other places. So if you need support, there's a link to the support docs there. If you want to leave feedback, there's a link to the feedback area there. There's all sorts of great things happening on there. But we also have other areas that we manage and we create stuff on, that some stuff only goes into those areas. And this one is no different. So let me share my screen very quickly with you and we'll have a little look at what we're going to see today. So I'm just sharing my screen. And here we have it. So we are on YouTube. So we've had a YouTube channel for a number of years now, and we continue to build upon it and to reach out and put really helpful content on there as well. We also have a lot of our videos on there where Facebook deletes after 30 days in the group if we do live stuff. So we tend to take them and put them in here as well. So you'll see some familiar type of videos. or ones that we deem really important where the feed gets really busy in the Facebook group, which is brilliant. That's what it's there for. It's for you to use as a community area to ask what you want to ask and get feedback and all of these types of things. But it does mean that when we put stuff in there, sometimes it gets a little bit lost in what's going on over there. So we tend to put it on our YouTube channel as well. So head on over to YouTube, youtube.com/@Zenler, or just type in, when you get into YouTube, just type Zenler and you'll see the official Zenler logo there. And that means that's our channel. There are others that have Zenler things in them, but they're nothing to do with us. This is the only one that is the official one. So if you have a look over here, you'll see us, you'll see our featured video for whatever that is at the moment. So we've got live support desk in there from a couple of months ago. I'm not sure why we've got that, but that's there. We've got new feature releases by date of release, and this is a really important one. So often when you're looking in an account and you see something and you're not familiar with it, going in the complete guide to Zenler might not give you the instant answer that you're looking for. So if you come over here and you go into the playlist, so you just click play all, you can do a search, and all of the feature releases that we do, we release a video for as well, specifically on that one thing. So if you, for example, we released gamification recently. So if you want to know up to now how gamification works, how to switch it on, what it does, and what's available to you, you click and watch the gamification one. As you can see, it's been quite popular, that one. Live streaming directly into your community, again, that came in recently. It's a new thing. It's really easy to do, but we still do a little video on it just so you understand how it works, what it's capable of doing at the moment, and how to use it, because it's really important. People do come dip in and dip out of the educational areas within Zenler, and it's quite easy to miss some of the bits that are going on there. So the first one to look at, feature releases by date of release. Then we've got a day with Zenler. So if you're interested in looking back at some of those, for example, you could click on this one and it will probably give you a list of everything.
So what
Let's just let it to listen to that. But it should give you a list. There you go, of chapter marks. So you haven't got to watch the whole thing. You can just go and have a look and go, right, okay, I'm interested in email automation setup and sequence building. You can just click the jump link there and it will jump through the video to that particular thing for you. So what else have we got? Live workshops. So somebody was asking in the Facebook group about the community, how it works, the new community, because the one that we've got in the Complete Guide to Zenler is the old community, and how that worked. So this is the workshop that we did. So community connections. You can opt in via a funnel as well. I shared the link the other day on that one. But if you want to just find it quickly and easily, you can see it here. It goes through the different types of communities, how to set up, etc., and what its capabilities are. We've got an educational live support desk. So this can be quite interesting, where you can go in there and see what people are asking, what they need help with, and how we've helped them over time. We've also got new office hours. So this is office hours that is being streamed right now. So what is office hours? How does it work? What's in there? What are we talking about that week? We talked about the live streaming release the other day. We did a preview of gamification. We look at Zenler SEO settings. There's a whole heap of different things that we cover in office hours. So that one can be quite interesting for if you're looking for that particular thing or you want to know a little bit more about it. So that's quite good. We've got also the Zenler vlog. That's there. So that's David talking through the blog posts that we've got. And then we've got some shorts there going on as well. So there's quite a few things happening on this channel. Now we've also got the search button here. So if you want to search for a specific thing, then you can search there and you can find what you're looking for, and that can be quite useful for you. So that's the Zenler YouTube channel. Really good place to be. And really helpful for you if you're looking for something in particular, but you don't want to be searching through hundreds and hundreds of videos. The search in YouTube is actually very, very good. So if you was looking for blog, something to do with a blog, for example, you could put blog in there and it will show you how the blogging area works, and other videos we've done on that. So it's quite cool. So that's YouTube. If you've not yet subscribed to it, go off and subscribe. Um, and you will then get notifications of when we go live here, and you'll be able to grab those and um, get them as quickly as they come out, which is really important. So make sure that you're available to see that and look at that stuff, and it'll be really, really helpful for you. Cool. Let me just have a quick check back into Facebook and see if we've got anybody over there at the moment. We may have. Okay, I'm back. So the next part of office hours we're going to look at today, and it's one of the areas that I've looked at, and I've been looking at quite a bit recently. And the reason that I'm looking at it is because I feel it's quite underutilized. When I talk to course creators, it doesn't really come up in conversation. People are not really talking about it, and that to me says that they're not really using it. And it sort of sparked me thinking as to why they're not using it, because when as course creators we want to, as much as possible, know that our students understand what it is that we're showing them as they go through a process. And this is a really great way of getting them to do that. Now, we do have assignments within courses. So if you're a paid member of Zenler, you'll get access to assignments. And that's quite a manual process, as in they need to submit an assignment and then you go, yeah, it's okay, or no, you need to do some adjustments so that you send it back to be redone, or you say, no, actually it's not good enough, and then you fail it and then have to reset it. So it can be quite time consuming, although it's very good for giving direct one-to-one feedback, very personalized feedback on something that you need people to understand as they go through. And with us, just with assignments, you can stop people progressing until they pass their assignment, which is a great feature, right? As a course creator, if you're going through a smaller group of people with stuff, and it's really, really critical that they have a good level of understanding, then that's really good to be able to do that. But I want to focus on another area within Zenler that is very powerful as well. So let me take you through this. And as a course creator, this is something you should really be considering using and setting up. So we're in, this is my test site. So I'm just in my site. I'm going to go into courses. And then I'm going to just pick one of my courses. So I'm going to go, you'll be familiar with my How to Bathe a Psychotic Cat course. So I'm going to go and look in now. Now I'm going to go into the curriculum. Now in here I've got a couple of lessons. I can't recall if I've actually put anything in the lessons. No, they're just lessons, but nevertheless, um, they were set up as an example. So I want to set up a new lesson. And within my lesson, what I want to do is I want to look at the quiz feature. Okay. Now, it's the only way you can set a quiz up in Zenler is by going through this way. If you go through the funnels, it's a survey, so it works slightly differently. So I'm going to put this down as my bathing cat test quiz, and I want it graded. Now, the reason that I want this graded is because I want to stop people progressing in my course if they don't get X amount right. Okay, so if I ask them 10 questions and I want an 80% pass rate, I know they're getting 8 out of 10 questions correct. And for me, that might be good enough. You might set it at 100%, you might set it at 50%, but it will give me a good idea of what they're going. So pass this quiz to before continuing. So they can't continue on to the next lesson until they pass it. And I'll just set it at 80%. Now, when we come into the quiz area, let me just move that out of the way. There's a couple of things we can do. So at the moment, we're in a normal quiz. We can turn this into a branching quiz if we want to. I'm not going to do that on this occasion. I just want to use what's already there. So I've got questions that I can ask, okay, and I can set as the correct answer. So as this is a basic quiz question and answer scenario. So I'm going to use this on bathing my cat. So how confident? So I'll ask a question. When you bathe your cat, do you check the following? Well, should the following is correct? Option one. So dump the cat in the bath. Option two, use a shower. Option three, gently introduce the cat to the lukewarm bath. Right, and that's the correct answer. So I'm ticking that one. I don't want these other questions. Um, so I'm getting rid of that. So if I preview what that looks like, so it comes up with a welcome page. So I click start and I get, when you bathe your cat, which of the following is correct? So dump the cat in the bath, use a shower, gently introduce it. So it's really quite straightforward. So I'll choose that one. It will give me my results. Thank you for completing the quiz. Finish. Sorry you've failed the quiz. Total questions answered 1, total score uh, 10, your score 0. So my total possible score is 10, your score is 0. Retake the quiz, review the quiz, number of retakes left. So there's a few options there. Now, how do I look at what these options are? We'll come on to that in 1 second. Now, when I'm in this particular one here, this is a multiple choice quiz. I can set this as required so they can't skip it. I can randomize, so where my answers are. Oh, I can do vertical alignment, so I can do it like that. So it looks different. I'm not going to do that either. So I can randomize. So correct answer score is 10, incorrect is 0. So they're my settings for this. Now, the welcome page is here. I can change all of my text here. So I can put whatever I want in here. Welcome to my quiz. Please answer all questions. If I just preview that, welcome to my quiz. Please answer all questions. Awesome. That's exactly how I want it. The thank you page. So thank you for completing the quiz. So I can leave that like that, but that's where I would edit it. And then the results page. So if you've passed the quiz, you've passed the quiz. Congratulations. If you failed the quiz, sorry, you failed the quiz. You may need to go back through lessons. Cool. So that's that. So that's the welcome page, that's the thank you page, that's the results page. Other types of questions that I can add in. So this one's this one is a multiple choice one. It tells you here. So this is my title for it. I can put media in there if I want. So if I want to upload a picture, let me just save it off. The media image, I might decide to put a picture of the cat in there. Let's just put that in there. You can see that just pops up there. If you want that there, personally, I wouldn't bother. I think it looks better without on that type of question. If I want to add the media in, so I can do a media one here. So ask your question, which is the happy cat. So I can add that in. Is it that one? Is it that one? Is it that one? Or is it that one? So I get to tick. So I think it's that one. That one looks quite happy. So I'm going to tick that one. So that's my next question done. So I've got two now. So I've got this one, that's my correct answer. I've got this one, that's my correct answer. We've also got um, other types of quizzes, questions we can ask. So fill in the blanks. So I quite like this one from the point of view of it, if you're using things that people need to learn, specific phrases, or you want them to really understand something in quite a depth. Um, so when you have finished bathing your cat, you always give them a, and what's the answer? So I'm going to add in my text of treat. If they don't put that word in, it will fail. They will fail. Okay. So let's have a quick look at what it's looking like at the moment. So welcome to my quiz. Please answer all the questions. When you bathe your cat, which of the following is correct? Dump the cat in the bath, use a shower, gently introduce it. So I'm going to gently introduce it. Which is the happy cat? I'm going to pick that one. When you finish bathing your cat, you always give them a treat. Submit. Thank you for completing the quiz. Finish. So out of a score of 30, I got a score of 20. Okay, still not enough for me to progress because I set it at 80%. So if I had 10 questions in there, I'd need to get 8 out of 10. But you get how this starts to work now. And we can really use the quiz area to get a real good understanding of how people are progressing. And if you get people coming to you saying, I can't pass this quiz or whatever, then it probably means that what you've taught them in the previous lessons or modules or whatever it is, they're not understanding for some reason because the quiz is there to verify their knowledge. So it's there to just get them to demonstrate to you or to enter themselves that they've understood what you've just taught them. So I think this is a huge deal that we don't use probably enough. Now, we can, of course, change these on each one. We can set as required if we need to. When we go through the quiz settings themselves, so we've got passing grade of 80%, enable retake count, so you can set more retakes if you wish, enable review. Show navigation buttons or auto advance. So we can auto advance them after each question. Show result on each question. So that's quite cool. And we can randomize if we wish. So I'm just going to save that. We can change the theme as well. So if you don't like this, there's not a huge amount of options here, but there are some options. So I'm going to change the theme. Don't really like that one. Let's use that one. That's just plain white. Maybe I don't like that one. That's too light. So we've got this as our theme now. So let's just have a quick look and see what the differences are now. So I'm going to start my quiz. When you bathe your cat, which of the following is correct? Use a shower. Which is the happy cat? I'm going to choose that one. Fill in the blanks. Give them a hug. And it's telling me that it's wrong. Thanks for completing the quiz. Finish. There we go. So you can see just how easy it is to set this up. And you can have as many question types. You can do matching ones where you need to match two things together. You can do a sequence where you need to put them in the right order. You can have true or false in there. So ask a question, is it true or is it false? You know, there's a lot of versatility in how we can use this. And I think if you're struggling with students progressing too quickly or not completing something, then adding a quiz earlier on to get some of the fundamentals really embedded in can be quite helpful for you. You could change the results page. So if you could say to people that if they didn't pass, that maybe they could reach out to you directly and ask for extra support. Maybe you run a live stream every week where you could say, look, if you're struggling with this part of the course, we run a live, like we do the live support desk every week. We're running a live something where you can come on and ask questions about these particular lessons or modules that you're struggling with. So that's a look at quizzes. That's where you find them within the course area. So you go into a lesson and you add it as part of a lesson. And they're really, really good, really powerful, and really useful. So let me know if you're using quizzes, you're using them regularly. And if you are, how are you using them? Is it something that your students have found useful or not? And if they have found them useful, what was, how did it really help them progress? So we need to understand these things as course creators because it just makes our life a lot easier when we're creating content and creating things for people. So they get to understand a lot more about what's going on and what's helpful. That was quizzes within a course and within a lesson and how you can use them, how really, really super simply you can set them up for success of your students. And that's the critical part with these. It's making your students successful and helping them a bit more, getting them to make sure that they're not skipping bits within what you're teaching them. So therefore, when they start progressing through your course or your courses or your bundle of courses, then they're not getting lost. They're not getting out of their depth and because they've not learned what they needed to learn in previous lessons properly. So really effective way of doing it. It could well be that you take transcripts from your videos, stick them in AI and say, look, I want to create a quiz to make sure my students understand this. What questions can I ask? That might help you speed the process up a little bit. But whatever way you do it, do definitely go and explore the quiz area within the Zenler platform. Awesome. So final part of office hours for this week is just a little there's a couple two bits actually. So the first bit is what's coming up. So I'm the Black Friday workshop we were going to be running. Well, it's Black Friday weekend, so it's that didn't run, but we are running a New Year's workshop. So this is where I'll take you through. I'll give you a pre-plan, so a pre-marketing plan for the marketing side of how you do this. Then there'll be a templated gift that I give you, and I'll show you how to edit it and combine it with what you need to do to create something for you to sell. So it'll be low ticket offer because it will be in the New Year sale. Um, you can bundle it with other things. A lot of people tend to do that. We did this last year, and people bundle it with other things, so they make like a little package for the new year. Um, that might work quite well for you because the Black Friday offers do start really early, and they do just drag on, and they're never as good as they used to be in a lot of situations. So to maybe target a New Year sale, that could be quite beneficial for you, especially being digital. So it could be something people are looking for. You know, a lot of people are going to be off work around that time, looking for bargains, looking to spend for the new year to improve things, to do things differently. So you could just be providing that at the right time for them at the right price. So I'm going to guide you through all of that. It will be 3 workshops that we do. It will be a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. It's going to be mid-December that we're running it. So the opt-in page for this is going to be out hopefully in the course of this week coming. So look out for that. Live support desk obviously is on a Thursday, so if you've not yet been along to that, go off and have a look. Office hours will be back next week, as always, where we'll look at another part of the system and another part of the educational area that you may not have seen before. So for now, I just want to say thanks everyone for coming along. It's been a blast as always. Apologies for the slowness on my transitions today. For some reason, Chrome is deciding not to play very nicely with me. But thank you for your patience, and I'll catch you somewhere live. If not, I'll catch you on the next office hours live. Thanks a lot. See you all later.